All right.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great.
What's your name?
Oh, yes, sure. Today, it's Peggy.
And today, it's Amanda.
All right, and you're
watching the Millcast.
The Junction Fiber Millcast. Welcome.
We're thrilled you're here.
Yeah.
Early January. We're in 2025
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I think this is our first episode in 2025.
Yes, finally we can say that.
Welcome. For like 2 weeks, we've been thinking it's going to be 2025.
It is 2025.
How does it feel?
It feels great.
Do you have any resolutions?
I don't want to discuss them. I have 1.5.
1.5 resolutions?
How about you?
Okay, I'll ask you offline then.
Any for you that you want to admit to?
Any resolutions? Well, I'm not big into the I've learned my lesson on the New Year's being the big day.
Yeah.
So I think what I've trained myself to do is to sort of ease into them a few weeks and months ahead of time.
Yep.
Just to try it out and see. So I think I can. It's not like I'm writing it down like this is my resolution, but I have learned that about 30 minutes or so of cardio activity every day is good for me.
Yep.
And so that's something that I'm prioritizing.
Excellent.
Which is
it's not always easy to do.
super tough with kids, right?
Yeah.
Because it often means I'm lapping up my little chunk of time I get at the end of the day, but I'm trying to do it in the morning. So I actually just came from the gym. I went rowing for the first time in my life. And I felt very Peggy Allen about it.
And what'd you think?
I have calluses now. Look at that. I've got a full on.
That was from today?
Yeah, from just now. I did 30 minutes. I don't know what a normal time to row is, but
30 is good. Did you feel your heart rate going?
Yeah, I got to 140, which usually I'm running, but I kind of, because I'm doing everyday exercise, I don't want to overdo it and injure myself. So I'm a runner. I love the running, but I need to find some other things to mix it up with. So, it's working for me, and I don't want to sound like the culty whatever it is, but the Peloton app is pretty good. So I got gifted the Peloton app subscription for Christmas.
Excellent. So you don't have to be on you don't have to be on a Peloton
No, I just
machine.
watch the instructors. I like the music, and they give you tips. So I just sort of jumped into one.
Oh, so the Peloton has a rowing?
It's got rowing, biking. I don't get any kickbacks from Peloton, nor do I have ever saw myself as a Pelotoner, but I am enjoying it. So it's helping keeping me motivated, especially at the gym. Because I love, as we talked about, running, hiking outdoors. Right. But that's not always easy to do every day. It's not always an option. Vermont.
Right.
So
did you feel like it was that it got all different body parts?
Yeah, I did feel like I need to watch out for my back, because I realized you're supposed to start with your arms rather than the legs. If you start with your legs, then you're pulling that heavy thing. Okay. So anyways, it's just a new movement for me. Yeah.
But it engages a I muscles.
Yeah. But
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I feel good about that.
Another rowing convert.
Oh my goodness. We'll see. Maximum once a week.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyways, what are you wearing?
I am wearing a sweater I've worn before, and you can know it's one of mine because it has no buttonholes. This was the very first yarn we made when we were up in Richmond, Vermont, learning to work with the equipment. And it was a kind of a creamy color. Yeah. I dyed it blue, and it was so vibrant, crazy blue. I hated it that I dyed over it.
So how'd you get all this variegation?
Because the blue was variegated, and then when I dyed it with the orange, it turned purpley, orangey blue. And my recall is I dyed it after I knit it. I knit up the whole sweater, and I was like, oh my God, this blue is so loud, I'll never wear it. And I was like, well, I spent all that time knitting it. And the pattern is a pattern I made up. I kind of riffed off of a picture. It's got right up the back.
Oh yeah, this nice little cable braid.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so I can't share with you the pattern. It was just... Again, I like this Ann Budd book where...
Yeah, I forget the name of it. Top-down sweaters? Or
there's two. She's got top-down and just...
regular flat knitting.
Right, and whether you want raglan or drop shoulder or... Yeah. So I used that as my anchoring, and then I added my own, stuff.
Beautiful.
Yeah, what do you... Oh, I know what you're wearing.
I'm wearing the Veronique Avery's Vika. I think that's the pattern. It's a Brooklyn tweed thing, and it's just got... I've worn the heck out of this, as you can tell. It's made out of pegs, sheep's wool,
Corriedale,
natural Corriedale Morit, and it's a cabley thing. It was cold this morning, so I needed.
This is the one where you bought the yarn from the Norwich Farmers Market, and then you came to the indoor market and stood there, and I was like, wow, this is a woman that, And
then we started a wool mill.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
That just happens. That just happens.
All in a sweater. So.
All in a, it is
and
true,
it continues to provide warmth, so it is pilling. I got to go through with that.
Excellent. So how was your weekend? Do you remember it? It's Monday morning. Do you remember it?
Hardly. No, it was actually really good. I tried to not do a whole lot yesterday and just like spend time with family and. You know, we did. Oh, it was really fun. We got takeout last night, and then we watched a movie, which in our house is kind of a big deal to watch a movie. We started the first half of Fantasia because Maeve wanted a Mickey Mouse movie, and there's not actually all that many Mickey Mouse movies.
No, there aren't. No.
So I've never actually seen it, and I'm a Disney kid. So a Disney movie I've never seen is. But anyways, it's actually perfect because it has basically no words.
No words.
And Lewis was like into it too. So they're like, you know, listening to the classical music and there's the brooms. We saw that. We only watched the first half because it's like 2 hours.
It's a very long movie.
But they have intermission, which is great. So you can be like, there you go.
And the music is fabulous. So it sort of exposes your kids. Well, I did movies too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
With kids?
With kids. We actually have a picture of, I have all 3 of them kind of right there with me. We were watching the Magic Bus. What's the
Magic School Bus?
Magic School Bus, the volcano edition episode.
Seen that.
Yeah.
Way back.
We drove over to Portland we saw our oldest daughter and her husband and had a sandwich with them, and then we headed over to Loretta and Jason's with their 3 little ones, and we went over there to give them a break. So
you're exhausted.
It was movie night. You know what? It was okay. We kind of got into the rhythm, got them through the bed scene with a little help from Mom, and then first thing in the morning we headed over to Dunkin' Donuts Sunday morning. And then we went off to the Children's Museum, and I have to say the Portland Children's Museum is absolutely extraordinary.
Love a children's museum. I've never been to the Portland one. But
I've been to a few, and this is one of the best.
Amazing.
They really know how to handle a serious crowd, and they've got stuff for all ages, all very engaged. So, it was a great weekend.
Awesome. Well, one thing I didn't mention yet about the weekend is we had an open house here. So, Peg was in Portland, so it was me and Eileen running the open house, and I have to say I was shocked by the number of folks that came. I mean, we've been doing open houses now for a while, like since we basically
but it's one
started.
of our rare Saturday ones.
Right, we haven't done Saturday, and we kind of, but we've been doing these Saturday retail hours, which have been like.
But now you're on the other side of having to buy for other people. So maybe these were people who came to say... Well,
you know what it was, I think, was actually people were home for the holidays, or they'd, like, come to Vermont for
and
the
they're
holidays.
Still on vacation.
They're still on vacation.
Looking for something to do.
Exactly. So I love to see, like, a few mother-daughter, like, combos who got together to come.
Excellent.
Ona came, and some of our other, like, Francesca, our knitting friends were here.
Francesca came?
Yep. And
wow,
so
she just did Ona's skirt. I saw on Instagram.
Oh, I have to check that out. She was talking about it when she was here.
Yeah, very cool.
I guess they got together at King Arthur Baking Company before they came here, and I actually ended up meeting like some like strangers who just happened to bring their knitting, and they're like, "Can we join you?" And so they had sort of an impromptu knitting group, and I thought that was so cute.
That's very good.
But anyways, it was a great one. I did a few tours. Eileen did a few tours, and it was just. Again, it was sort of like a surprise to have that many people here, and like so heartwarming to see everyone.
Whoever's watching this who came on Saturday, thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, and I'm sorry I wasn't there, but grandkids called.
Yeah. I don't think we actually have open houses scheduled out, so we'll have to put that on our to-do list.
We'll have to take a look at
figure out when the next one is. But
we'll do it.
We will.
It's a little tough. The February 2nd is a Sunday, so we wouldn't be doing it yet because that's when we're.
We got festivals.
We got festivals coming up. Yeah, we do. And we should correct the Wayland, the Russell Garden Center in Wayland, Massachusetts is the 19th of January, Sunday, January 19th, not the other date that was mentioned. A little bit of
we got a little confused.
But I will be down there, and it's just so fun to be in these greenhouses that go on every which way. And the crowd is great. The food trucks are great.
The other vendors are fabulous. There's a lot of farmyard. A lot of people you've probably heard us talking about are going to be there selling their stuff directly. So come get your yarn. Come get your snacks.
Come say hello.
Yeah. Stay warm in January.
A good one. Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of staying warm in January, we have a new little yarn bundle available. We're fleshing out the sport weight line a little bit more.
Yeah.
And we are introducing the citrus bundle. Which I want to be very clear. There's definitely orange in here. You can see that. There's definitely like some green, like a lime in here, and there's definitely yellow. But this is like a greenish yellow. So I just want to make sure that's coming through. And we were talking about what to name these yarns.
Right.
This group of yarn internally, which I'll reveal in a second. And Eileen was suggesting, orange peel for one. That's what we ended up going with for this one.
Right.
And I was like, but I don't see any like green in oranges. I don't really understand how it's orange peel. So she left this on my desk and she's like, look, it's an undyed citrus. It has some orange
and you were a little shocked that they would even dye in orange.
I just didn't hear about this. And I'm like a researcher food person. So I'm shocked. But apparently, and I don't want to spread this rumor, Eileen has supposedly they dye citrus. So that's something
not
to
all.
look into.
Some.
But anyways, if they don't, you'll find green on it.
Yeah.
So that's orange peel. Okay, and then this is
Limoncello.
Which I love.
And then this is Heyday.
Heyday.
We've had Heyday in DK, and we now have Heyday in...
I think we've actually had Heyday available for a while. I thought we hadn't listed it, but it's been on the shelf for some time now. But anyways, it's part of the bundle because this plus this equals this.
This is right.
The way that we do Making Tracks, especially with, not all colors, but we often will dye in one pot, one thing.
For the single.
And then another pot, this, and then we'll take these two individual plies and apply them together to make this.
And that's how we get that really marled as well as slow transition of colors.
Right. So it's sometimes fun to see like, oh, what would those look like individually?
Exactly.
So anyways, we do have limoncello and orange peel available starting Tuesday, 10 a.m. Eastern time as new single colorways. And then you can also shop the lovely citrus bundle for 10% off and get all three of those
It won't include an orange.
No, I'm just going to eat this orange because, keeping the scurvy away and all that. Yeah. Anyways.
Well, good. You doing any knitting? You had started. You had started the Hogwash Farm.
Yeah, this is, I started.
Oh, yeah, the best.
The Stockholm Slipover by Petite Knit, and I am just slowly chugging away. But
you've made progress.
I'm just going to show. I probably knit like 1 or 2 nights this week.
Yeah.
And it's coming along. I'm enjoying just having a simple back and forth, not need to think about it.
Yep.
We just started watching Silo on Apple TV.
So did you see season 1 or are you
watching that?
We just started season 2.
Yeah.
It's good.
Okay. Well, we're back on Apple TV because we're really excited about Severance, which is coming back soon.
I started Severance.
I loved it.
Oh, all right. Maybe we got to go back to that.
Excited.
I think Silo is really well done. I believe that Silo is based on a novel called Wool.
No way.
Yeah, Wool, but I don't really remember why it was called Wool.
We'll have to
but when they
too.
turned it into a series, Timothy Robbins, I'm trying to think who the other cast members are. It's good.
Okay. Well, so far we're really enjoying it. Again, we have been watching an all-time low of TV in my household because we're just often going to bed when the kids go to bed.
Yeah.
But occasionally we get an hour and we pay for it the next day.
Right, but you know what?
Here we are.
It's better than a movie where you can do an episode of something. Okay, well, I got an hour of narrative and Yep,
totally. So it's fun to do, and that's what I got. But I'm probably going to be there for a while. So this is the back. And eventually, this is where the shoulders will pick up.
Yep.
And I'll probably join, there'll probably be some increases where the armholes go.
Right.
But just to give you this little square. It's a square. It's a back and forth. It's a scarf at this point, basically. And it's nice.
Excellent.
It's really nice to work with this marled yarn because, it adds just a little bit of interest. And think about all those Jacob's sheepies.
Right. So this is Jacob sheep from a flock of the Hogwash Farms in Norwich, Vermont. And Jacob are these little guys that have horns. And
they have like 4 horns.
Some do. Not all. Some do. But yes, they're horns. And then there are splotchy colors. Kind of here's your black, here's your white. And in this case, we were really able to identify 3 different colors, kind of a white, a gray, and a black. And it's a bit labor intensive. You go through and you sort it all.
Yep, it's not like one sheep is black, one sheep is white.
No.
One sheep is all 3 colors.
All 3 colors. So it takes a little time on the skirting table to sort all that out. But
it's fun because you have a flock-specific, breed-specific yarn.
Absolutely.
So fun.
Absolutely.
And this is one that we launched over Vermont Sheep and Wool, which is in the fall. And we hope, I think, to do this again this year.
And this is a breed that you shear only once a year. And so when people go, well, why can't I get more? Because
we're waiting on the sheep to grow the fleece.
Yeah, you're waiting on the animals, and they get shorn usually in
March
late
or April.
Yeah, late April, early May. Leslie's one's a little later. Our farm 3rd week in March. Yours too. I got to confirm. I got to confirm the shear. Yeah. We dealt with jackets, and once you put the jackets on, then it gets a little rearranging. So Saturday morning before we went to Portland, my hands, it was like dealing with ice cubes, but we had about 4 jackets we had to make some adjustments. Mm-hmm. And one of the adjustments So what happens is if it gets wet, and I might have mentioned in the prior one, it can stretch out. So I take a golf ball and put it under the jacket. Todd is holding onto the animal and pulling up the inside, underneath the jacket.
This is such Yankee ingenuity.
Oh, and holding up the golf ball, and then I'm taking hay bale twine, because I got plenty of that, and tying it tight to cinch it up so that hopefully the jacket will not slide off, et cetera, et cetera.
And then the poor sheep has just a weird fashion statement.
Yeah, very, yeah. The others are going, you see the ball on his back? Speaking of what I'm knitting, because I was in Portland, I was able to try the sweater on my son-in-law.
And?
Perfect.
Oh my gosh, we're all thrilled for you.
It's right in the shoulders, and I just got, all I have now, I just started doing the 2-inch ribbing band.
Yep.
It'll be the right length, and then I got the sleeves, and
so,
but it was wonderful to be able to try it on, and he was a good sport. He was like, yeah, I mean, he couldn't see himself, but
he seem like he's gonna wear it?
This is going to come off terribly. I don't care.
Right. Okay.
I gave the different pattern options to my daughter, and she made the selection. So, I'm making what she asked me to make for him.
Uh-huh.
And I can't go any further than that.
And you're enjoying the process of making
Totally.
But it sounds like a part of that is not necessarily a utilitarian garment for him. You just want to be like, I love you. I want to.
I hope. Hey, I hope.
Okay.
Let me say that I hope it isn't the case that he only wears it when he knows I'm coming to town.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's so lovely. I can't imagine that'd be the case.
He'll do it. He'll do it for him.
Tough,
But I'm not going to
it.
play shame games with him. That's not my thing.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Yeah.
But it is tough to gift someone a hand knit. I'd love to hear your stories about this. Like, have you ever knit something for somebody and had a bad experience?
Well,
or
the worst is when you give
experience?
somebody something for their child and
They put it in the washer.
They put it in the washing machine.
I just think you never give someone a wool thing for their children unless you know that's their thing.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
I would obviously not do that.
Right.
But
anyways, so I'm in. It was really rewarding to see Jason slide that on.
Yeah.
Awesome. So it was good.
So we do. You mentioned we have Wayland coming up.
Yes, Wayland is coming up. That's
the
19th.
Next place people can come see.
Yes, that's the next one in Wayland. And then 2 weeks later, on February 2nd, Tammy White of Winging the Prayer has brought back the New England Farm to Fiber Festival, and it's in a new location. Go to our website, and you'll see where the new location. Yes, but it's the Boston Arts Center Cyclorama. It's a very, very special location. You have to buy. You want to buy tickets because it's going to be timed entrance because there's a limited capacity. But the nice thing about that is you're not going to be elbowing around people. But check out on our website. We'll have all the information of that.
Excellent, and we'll get back to you about our next open house. And be well, be warm, and get your citrus bundles.
Take care.
Bye.